is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And I really didn't want to trip over my words that I am short for time. Okay, I am under the gun. I got to leave at 1:30 to get to go and see the new James Bond movie. That will get me home about 20 minutes before the Sabbath starts, which you're not allowed to drive during, so I'm stressed about that, right? And then a friend of mine, he's an older gentleman, passed away. He's been sick for the last few days. I was like, first, and the funeral's in 45 minutes, right? I think I can record this video and get it out before the funeral, right? And then also making the James Bond. I've got a lot going on. So fine. I'm going to rush a little bit. I do apologize, but if you watch my video tomorrow, I'm going to tell you that, I'm not going to that funeral. And because I thought it was at 1:30, I wasn't going to make it. But now they moved to 12. I gotta try and make it. I gotta fight. Hey, let's go. Like, share, subscribe, comment. All those things are fan-freaking-tastic. Go check out my Indiegogo. Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. We're just moving forward. Fine. What can Doctor Who fans expect from Russel Davis' return? Well, okay, so, the reason I chose this article, and I normally have a bit more of a preamble, as I said, I'm under the gun. The reason I chose this article is because it's actually quite an intelligent article. It's written by Paul Kirkley, who I thought was the illustrator for the Doctor Who magazine reviews page cartoon. They have one cartoon there. I thought that was Paul Kirkley, right? I really did. I tried to look him up to make the thumbnail. I thought if I can find some of his artwork for the thumbnail, that'd be really good. That'd be really bad. I'm not sure if it is him. Okay, I've no idea. However, this guy, I've read a couple of articles by him, and he knows Doctor Who. He knows Doctor Who, and I think he kind of understands Doctor Who, which bit of a strange, He's working for Radio Times, who relentlessly publish articles, clueless, absolutely, unbelievably clueless about Doctor Who. What can Doctor Who fans expect from the return of Russel Davis, or Russel Davis' return? That's a pretty good question. We're all, the answer is no one knows. No one really knows what's going on. We're all excited. When I say I'm all excited, I am genuinely very excited, because I think whatever he does is going to be good. Yes, Russel D. Davis woke? Yes. Have you seen Years and Years? Russel D. Davis is very, very woke. He's also a very, very good writer. Normally he makes a good... even Years and Years, which I think was pure Trump derangement syndrome. It was still good, right? It was still like I was into it. I liked all the characters. I felt bad for him, because I felt like he was processing his angst, right? And it was genuine angst that was going through that, right? I felt bad for him watching it, but it was still good. He's still a talented writer. Also, there's a lot of things going in his favor. He's a bit vain, right? He wants to succeed, and I don't think he wants to fail horribly. I think that's really a bottom line for him. He wants it to work, right? Also, he loves Doctor Who. Was this the BBC coming and begging Russel Davis to save them, or was this a hostile takeover, or somewhere between the... We don't know. Listen, it's all smiles on the surface. If you read, I've been reading the old production notes to try and get me in that early headspace, like the very, very early ones, before he cast Billy Piper, even, to get me into the headspace of where he was when he was, bringing Doctor Who back the first time. And there's a wonderful fluidity about his work, about how anything's open. There's nothing off the table right now, and I think that's just how you get good ideas. Now, having said that, not all ideas are good ideas, are they? Right? How about if we make the Doctor, instead of being like a unique event, let's have him have billions of him or her, and all those billions are mostly not white men, right? These white men we saw, that's the aberration. They're mostly not white men. Yeah, okay. Thanks so much for that. Not white. But how about if we make Doctor Who a tub of lard? And, I understand he's been very supportive of Chris Chibnall. I just think that's, I think it's his good character traits. I think he's a genuinely good person. Unlike Christian, I think he's an intelligent person, and I think that's his professionalism, right? I really do. And if somebody is professional and classy, as I believe Russel Davis is, this is the way he takes over and fixes Doctor Who. Not with a big I'm going to take you down, but subtly, working behind the scenes. The showrunner's second coming season poised to take advantage of a dramatically changed television landscape, but it also presents some big challenges. Yeah, listen, there are major rewards for Russel Davis here, right? If he can pull this off, there are major rewards. And if he can resurrect a failing franchise, which is what Doctor Who is. Who's to say he's not going to get a tap on the shoulder from the money men who own Star Trek? Whoever's going to end up owning Star Trek in 5 years, or Star Wars, or whatever. This is a real good place to go in his career and gives him much more opportunity. If he succeeds, which I think he's gonna, right? I hope he's gonna. It's official. Start synthesizing those enzymes and brush up on your telebiogenesis. The Nissa adventures are coming. Yeah, this was something he mentioned in an interview. He was talking about let's do a cinematic a collected universe, shared universe, which is essentially what he did in the 2000s. Okay, so probably not. Russel Davis was almost certainly joking when he proposed a spin-off of the for the Brainiac Ata's companion during our conversation last year. But don't expect to see Sarah Sutton slipping back into the purple velvet pantsuit anytime soon. For shame. Listen, if Big Finish won't do it, even more so Russel T. Davis. Although Nissa was in a rich. They brought her into the last War Master box set. And it was very uncomfortable. It just really was. That one really didn't work. I didn't like that one at all. Fine. In fact, I'll be very surprised if Doctor Who was already on Russell's radar when we spoke just before Christmas. Oh, this is interesting. We've spoken to him personally. This guy, I like this writer. Get rid of Hugh Fullerton. Make this guy your head writer. He actually knows what he's doing. In fact, I'd be very surprised if Doctor Who was already on was already on Russell's radar when we spoke before Christmas. If it had been, I suspect he'd have been a bit more circumspect about casually floating the idea of a Doctor Who channel with David Tennant teaming up with Matt Smith for a 10-part multi-Doctor story. Yes, I think that's very true. That's interesting. So this is new. This is post Years and Years. This is post It's a Sin. Very interesting. This makes it sound like BBC went to him then, right? Because if it was on his mind, it would have been on his mind after The Timeless Children, right? Which, okay, and I think the BBC had zero leverage, absolute zero leverage in that discussion, in that negotiation, because some people will no doubt get very cross when those things don't happen. I'm assuming they won't, but who knows? As Russell said, did Star Trek fans ever expect a Captain Pike prequel? Yeah, no, but oh man, you're breaking my heart, right? I just wish those resources were behind somebody who cared and understood Star Trek. I wish Brian Fuller, for example, wouldn't that have been incredible? Oh man, I want to live in that parallel universe. Still, idle spitballing or not, it does at least afford us a glimpse into Russell's thinking and the scale of his ambition to shift Doctor Who up the gear when he takes the keys to the TARDIS back in 2023. So my guess is the BBC went to him and commissioned him to do a report on Doctor Who, on what they can do with this intellectual property, which is seems to be dead and failing, right? Is it over, right? Again, he's a much higher up executive than he was in 2005. 2005, he was a sought-after writer. Now he is we're 15 years later, right? And he's moved up in his career. If anyone's up for the job, it's a dream team of Russell, Jane Tranter, and Julie Gardner. Yep, they're the people involved. Jane Tranter and Julie Gardner are Bad Wolf. Bad Wolf have very, very close connection to HBO Max. I'm quite looking forward to Succession coming back, which is a Jane Tranter, Julie Gardner show. Yes, they got the old Bad Wolf band back together. It would be great to get Phil Collison back as well. Although, reading those early production notes, it was all Mal Young at the beginning. I so forgot about all that. But don't go expecting them to just play the hits. No, I don't think they're playing it safe. I think they want to go into new territory. I think they want to take a franchise into this new digital landscape, which is thrilling, like absolutely thrilling. But don't expect them to play the hits anymore when they dragged Doctor Who back kicking and screaming into in the new century 2005. Yes, it was the essence of Doctor Who told in a modern television landscape. Will it be easy, this gear shift? Not for a second. Firstly, anyone who thinks this is going to be a return to regular Saturday night audiences of 8 million faithful viewers. I love faithful viewers. You know, one of the reasons, again, I'm so excited. If you weren't around in 2005, Russel Davis, they put out a podcast. Ronald D. Moore did this as well for Battlestar Galactica, and it was glorious. A podcast of a director's commentary, a voiceover for each episode, and it was wonderful. And he always introduce hello, was it faithful viewers, and probably deluding themselves. You know what? They're probably going to do quite a bit better than they're doing now, mate. Will it be Saturday night? Again, I think this is entirely Rusty Davis's vision of he's driving it completely, including the scheduling, because I think he had complete leverage. Probably deluding themselves. There's no that world no longer exists. Listen, the world of family viewing didn't exist in 2005. Russell T. Davis reinvented it, right? That's why we got Merlin. That's why we got Primeval. That's why, unfortunately, they stopped making those because it takes money and talent. Two things you very rarely see together. The show I always wanted to see them do was I want to see Mark Gatiss show run a Dan Dare TV show with that sort of budget, and go very full on, have London with House of Parliament and Big Ben in the glass cylinder thing, all that thing, and I think it would have been fantastic. But that world no sure the likes of Line of Duty and Visual may prove the reports of linear TV deaths continue to be exaggerated, but Doctor Who relies on continually refreshing audience with the new generation of young viewers, which is the absolute crime of this era. Right, the complete and absolute crime of this era that that kids aren't interested in Doctor Who. They made it boring. And here's the thing: there's a fallacy that there's so much competition out there, and there is. There's a lot of competition out there. There's tons of good stuff. I mean, I'm enjoying Foundation. I got the third episode of that to watch. But most of the content out there is garbage. Never mind the quality, fill the width, right? Star Trek Discovery, it's garbage. How did Alex Kurtzman get his new contract? Because he puts content out, and that's all they care about, the money men. That's all because they don't know anything other than money, counting beans. They don't have a creative spark in their body. They don't care about it whatsoever. In fact, you know what it's kind of like? I imagine it. There was remember back to the X-Files. So there was this one episode based on the cigarette smoking man and how he controlled on these committees that controlled reality. The Oscar. They asked him did you have any input on who you want to win the Oscar this year? And he's like, I have no interest. Right? So same sort of thing. They no interest whatsoever. But here's the thing they don't understand. It's not the digital landscape, the choice out there. It's the quality. The quality is in the toilet. You make quality. You make visual. I haven't seen it, but it looked pretty good. I've got to share. Line of Duty. You make quality that engages an audience, that isn't obsessed with skin color, that isn't obsessed with gender, that actually connects to people on a human level. They will come. You will get those 8-9 millions. And I think Doctor Who probably will. But Doctor Who relies on and as Ofcom has warned, the traditional broadcasters are currently staring down the barrel of a lost generation, lured away by sexy young buzz like Netflix. Nonsense. Disney Plus and YouTube, they're not lured away. They don't go to them either. YouTube more than anything else. TikTok, right? It's going to be the TikTok adventures. Oh God, no! That'll be awful. But like honestly, if you could do Doctor Who content on multiple platforms, like made like for like the 1 minute phone bites, like and they did that, right? If they have it across multiple platforms, that might be an idea. That might be a real idea. Again, I have real faith in this stream team. Increasingly view the BBC as a funny old thing that your nan watches in the afternoon. BBC average viewing age, lest we forget, is 61. And they're about to take away the free license fee to most of those people. In that context, 5 to 6 million live viewers would probably have been considered a good result, while for Russel Davis, the famously passionate about Doctor Who being big, Saturday Night Family show, the real metric by which we measure success, will increasingly lie elsewhere. And I think as a massive creative, I think this is a thing that excites him. If, as hinted, Russell does want to expand the Doctor Who empire, what sort of expanded portfolio might we expect? The short answer: haven't got a Scooby. Could be anything. Yeah, listen, we could be looking at like the spin-off TikTok adventures, storytelling on made specifically for different platforms. But I think he will make it to funnel people into watching TV. But that hasn't stopped you starting to build your own fantasy Doctor Who cinematic universe in your head. Well, I've been doing it a long time. Of course it hasn't. So what's on your bingo card? What about an anthology series featuring one-shot appearances from former possibly unseen Doctors? I hate that idea. Hugh Grant as a pre-Hartnell Doctor, I think. No! A stylish period spy-fi drama about the early years of UNIT. Nah. This is all big finish stuff. Joe Martin's future Doctor versus the Division. Nah. Dalek cartoon for the kids. Maybe. Humker and Tandrel adventures. Who's Humker? Okay, 1 second. Okay, listen, I gotta go to this funeral, but we gotta look this up. Okay, we gotta check this out. Humker and Tandrel, Doctor Who. Okay, this guy's out Doctor Who'd me, right? Oh my God, is this the, are they from Mysterious Planet? Daphne's personal, oh, those two! Right, they're the ones from Mysterious, yeah, Daphne's personal servitors. Right, okay! This is why I like Paul Kirkley, right? He knows his stuff. Will Russell, you wouldn't find that in a Wikipedia. Will Russell be dusting off his proposal for Rose Tyler Earth? He turned that down. They came to say, can you make that? He said, I think it's too much. See, that freaking how much he understands this. Is Talk Show coming back? Probably not. I would like to see Captain Jack and John Barrowman beat this cancellation. And will they please, for the love of mighty Jagraveth of the holy Hadropathic Maxwell, just give us something, anything with McGannon. Now, again, like a YouTube-based quick story, like the Doctor, that could go. That could really go. And I really hope it does, right? But stop, before we get ahead of ourselves, is it even reasonable to think that the Doctor can operate on the same scale as other franchises Russell mentioned in Energy? I think so. I think people are as passionate about it. And listen, you put an attract. Okay, I just got to look ahead to see if I got a chance to make this funeral. Okay, I got a fair amount to plow through. Let's go for it. Okay. For a start, Star Wars, Star Trek, and the MCU are all American, and the US shows are the world's default TV lingua franca. But I think Doctor Who can hold its own. People love Matt. So you put an attractive, charismatic person, attractive, charismatic bloke, a dishy bloke in in exciting adventures. Weirdly enough, that massive landscape of Netflix, of Disney Plus, won't make that much of a difference. I mean, what really helped Doctor Who was Netflix, right? Having just in America, just having it there on Netflix was really the best thing they could do. And that's also the thing Russel Davis was understanding. Maybe he won't go for the short-term financial reward and go for something that will build up the brand. Can Doctor Who ever be a truly global player without sacrificing some of the essential Britishness? Essential Britishness makes it truly global. Again, I go back and look at that season 1. The Big Ben, Red London bus is very Britishness, and I think that really helped. That's such a key part of his charm. International success like Sherlock and Downton Abbey would suggest it can, given a fair window. This time round, Russell probably still Russell will probably still have to think twice before writing in cameos for Anne Widdecombe and McFly, or making jokes about Christmas in Walford. You know what? I hope he does, though. I really, really, really hope he does. I just love that how he's connected to the zeitgeist of the pulse of normal people, which makes him so different from other television executives. Also, and I hesitate slightly to say this, but isn't Doctor Who a little bit, weird? And that's why people like it. For big mainstream family show, it's always had a slight element of the outside to it, which is why it appeals to people who are slightly outside, right? While it never quite shedding its original, blimey, Ryathan, was it Reithian mission statement from to inform and educate as well as entertain, compared to the crowd-pleasing bang for your buck spectacle spaceships and spandex superheroes. Doctor Who is a funny, quirky story about a romantic poet, Madame de Pompadour, and farting green aliens becoming the mayor of Cardiff. Can seem like a cherishly odd proposition. I think that's why it works, right? I think that's why it works. All of which is the other reason to be grateful that Russel T Davis, who will be steering the ship through these uncharted waters. Because here is a man who balances a healthy respect for Doctor Who's legacy for its essential unique DNA, without ever being a slave to it. Yes. Again, Paul Kirkley, you're the man, mate. Yeah, this is again. I can't believe this is in Radio Times. Don't you remember when they used to have stuff like this in Doctor Who magazine that you're interested in actually reading? Unbelievable. As a writer, he's bold and cheeky with a knack for tackling the biggest, most profound questions with the lightest of touches. Absolutely. His writing, as he put it in the same interview, is very like life. Sad one minute and sunny the next, and not a hair's breadth between the two. That's fair. Oh man, years and years. I just felt bad for Russell during years and years. That said, there will be a different, older Russell writing and change world. That's key, right? That is key to why I think this is going to be great. He's not going to be writing in the 2017, 2018, 2019 world of sheer Trump derangement syndrome, right? Of everything's bad, everything. He's going to be writing in a world where everything he believed has been shown to be a lie. Kind of like what Chibnall tried to do with the Tiniest Children. Only reality has done that to him, right? The world is a disaster. Right, I'm sorry. The world, and if you like the current president and you dislike Trump, or if you like whatever, it doesn't matter. Reality is still reality. Right, the world is a disaster. Everything that was predicted under Trump has happened. Right, much quicker than they predicted under Trump. We live in a world where people are pissed off. People are pissed off with elites telling them what to do. People are overeducated idiots being in control of everything. And Russell T Davis is connected to those people, right? I think he is. Because he's connected to people, because he loves people. Just look at his writing. It's all about connections of family, right? And one of the reasons I just love his work. In 2009, he had a defiantly optimistic tone. I do think we live in an age where every day you open up a newspaper and it tells you you're dying, coffee's going to kill you, the bird flu is going to kill you, and genuine things like global warming are going to kill you. He said, I want to do something that said that there is a future of monorails and zip suits and jetpacks and fun. Yes! fun. Absolutely fun, right? Intelligence and fun. Oh, man. And what we need, listen, the disaster the world's in, which I think people like Russel Davis has contributed to making quite significantly. I think he's got enough self-awareness to know that. The disaster that the world's in, the misery that the world is in right now. And again, this thing about, all these kids being convinced that that their core identity isn't real, right? That they're being convinced that they're fluid when sexually or in their gender is fluid, being convinced that being forced into doing stuff, which I think is really going to mess them up. We need an escape. We need fun. And I think Russel T. Davis is the guy to bring that. Contrast that to the dystopian vision that he painted the 2019 Years and Years. But we're a couple of years on from that now, aren't we? In which no hot butter from Trump, ISIS, and refugee crisis to the banks, hashtag fake news and Brexit, he left unpushed, and he was wrong about everything. Again, reality, and you can hear. I got a lot of love for Russel Davis, right? I disagree with him politically. I disagree with him on most things, but I got a lot of love for him, right? And I think he's got enough self-awareness to understand that things aren't quite as people screamed they were, right? And also, I don't think he's got any love for this totalitarianism, which is been ushered in by people like him, unsuspectingly. I can see him really pushing back against like the cancel culture. Russel Davis taking the piss out of cancel culture in Doctor Who. Yes, we need more of that. Yes, he was writing for a different audience, but just as It's a Sin can be read as a yin to queer folk yang, Years and Years also feels like a hangover to the noughties, whose pan-Glossian faith in the human race. Okay. I wouldn't bet on Russel Davis going dark. I don't think so. I think the absolute opposite. Of the three modern showrunner, he's charted the furthest away from the idea of Doctor Who as, to use Mary Whitehouse's memorable epigram, tea time terror for tots. All of his Doctor Who scripts there's probably only two, Tooth and Claw at Midnight, that fully lean into the Doctor Who's horror tradition. I'm watching Evil of the Daleks right now. That is such a Russel T. Davis script, right? It's such a Russel T. Davis style story. The first episode and a half is a very contemporary, like, crime thriller. Then suddenly the Doctor's in, and then the Daleks show up, and then there's like a guy displaced in history, and then they're in history, and then the Daleks are doing crazy stuff. It's a bonkers Russel T. Davis feeling tale, right? It really is. He tended to leave that to Steve Moffat, who in 2010 noted that he was more at the fairy tale and Tim Burton end of the Doctor universe, where Russell was probably more at the blockbuster Superman end of the show. Yeah, that's fair enough. Quite how much Russell will be writing is another thing we can add to the list of don't knows. That's a very good point. But again, his stewardship, I think, is so clear, so key, right? So absolutely central. It's absolutely central. Got 25 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna finish it and render this video in 25 minutes. No, 20 minutes, because we've got to get to the cemetery. Quite how much, another thing we don't know, for his own sanity, he wanted to step away from the script treadmill a bit this time. That's easier said than done. He has the scars to, as he has the scars to prove, right? Either way, the biggest, one of the biggest joys of this whole out of left field curveball is we're getting Russel Davis at the absolute top of his game. Yes, coming off the back of a very English scandal. Loved it. Years and Years. Hope you feel better, Russell. And It's a Sin. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. His stock has arguably never been higher. It's going to be supercharged if he pulls this off, though. Absolutely supercharged. This is what he's chosen to spend it on. In a large part, presumably out of sheer unbridled love for Doctor Who. Wouldn't that be great? Ooh, just imagine. Gosh, exciting, isn't it? Yes! If you've noticed my channel, over the last couple of weeks, I've been a bit excited. But if you simply can't wait 2 years to see what Doctor Who's going to look like, then his next bold, ambitious, thrilling reinvention, it's good news. You don't have to wait to. There's a bold, ambitious, thrilling reinvention coming away in a matter of weeks when Jodie Whittaker yeah, okay, fine. Now he's just giving lip service to the current era. Okay, 25 minutes to go. I'm wrapping up. I'm sorry to rush out. I really am sorry to rush out. And I'm not doing my other videos there about Indiana Jones. This man, I really like this guy, and I'm gutted that he passed away. I really am. So my name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi for Another Planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.